missed us.
We missed you guys.
We have.
A couple things first. Number one, to all of our subscribers, thank you so much.
I feel like a celebrity all the time.
We have like 42 and it's like, holy crap.
It's amazing. It really does touch us in inappropriate places.
Yeah, it does. Number two, to our friend Lindsay the Nerdiest, she suggested us on one of her videos, which is I think how some of them found us. Way to watch her. We went to school with her for 6 years, and let me tell you something, that is exactly...
We have had these conversations with her at least...
Thousands of times. Number three, what did we say?
Why have we taken so long to do a video?
I went to school.
And I have a life.
Okay, so we're sorry,
I work
but
2 jobs.
God, some of you may be confused as to why we went 1, 2, 3, 7. Well, we were doing them and Abby was getting tired, so she's like,
I have to, you make me sound bad when you say it like this. I have to be at work at 6:30 every morning. Guess what? It's still dark at 6:30.
So she was like, okay, I'll do one more, but I want to do a fun one. And one of her favorites was 7, so that's why we skipped to 7.
7 months later.
7 months later, here we are. Cycle 4, here we go. First girl to go was Brita.
She was kind of old.
She was very old.
She's named after a water filter, so she cannot be trusted. Although I do have a Brita myself in my refrigerator downstairs, and I'm very thankful for one. I'm not thankful for you, Brita.
Well, what's interesting about her is after her episode aired, she actually got signed onto a modeling agency. She was the first one to go, but like after they were like, hey, she's really pretty, I want to sign her. So even though she didn't like get far whatsoever, she still made a career, so way to go.
You water filter.
Next was Sarah. One of the many Sarahs of ANTM. There's a Sarah every cycle.
That's like a rule.
I think it is a rule.
Sarah.
Otherwise it doesn't count. I remember she took really good pictures, but she couldn't walk for shit. And that was the challenge in panel, was that they had to walk and she was terrible. And they were like, oh honey, no. And she got really upset when she was like really mad. She was like, Brittany the porno queen over me is so stupid. I was like, oh. Brandy was next.
With her red
afro. Tyra wanted to keep it. She was like, I love your hair, keep it. I was like, and then Brandy's like, no, and then they had like shaved it or something. I liked her. She was really good, but she had a bad attitude or whatever, and she was just mean all the time. Although I think she was only mean a couple times and they edited it that way. But you
wasn't she really good friends with Tiffany?
Tiffany, her and Tiffany were like sisters or whatever.
They were like crazy. The boy is mine.
Exactly why. I love the recording artist Brandy. That's the only reason why. Next was Noelle. Yeah, she was terrible. I remember for the Zodiac sign photo shoot, which by the way, this cycle had the best photo shoot.
It really did.
She was Leo. They're always so feisty, and she was like, she was so dull in the picture. UV.
Laluvi. There are 2 L's.
Your name is so annoying. Like, God.
She was voted, the worst
She had the worst photo in America's Next Top Model history. And didn't go home. It didn't go home that week. That was when Brandy left. I think that was why I was mad, because Brandy's picture was really good, and they're like, this is the worst photo in the history of the world.
A fish,
but you're gonna stay. Yeah, she was Pisces. That was so stupid. Why did they? She stuck around for a couple rounds after that. So I mean, you knew she wasn't gonna win from that. So, and she was kind of like, damn, like I'm that girl, awesome. But she looked like,
she had really weird eyes.
She looked like a fish. That was the problem.
She did look like a fish. Rebecca, your weave saved your life.
I guess I always remembered her. When I think back, I think she was a good model. But then, like when you watch the episode, she really never took a very good one, which was interesting. She was really pretty though, and she was the other half of that double elimination that no one remembers. No one remembers her because of this next one.
I was always so shocked that when Tiffany went crazy, Tyra didn't say, you know what, Rebecca, why don't you stay?
I thought she was going to, when she's called them back, I thought she was going to say, Rebecca, obviously this meant a lot to you, I'm going to give you a second chance, but she didn't. She should have. I thought that was the whole point, but she didn't. And then, of course, next was Tiffany. The most memorable moment of the entire series was when my
mama yells at me like this, it's because she loves me. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. You read that screen better than half those girls standing there. Actually, you didn't.
No. Well, that was my thing, was like when they had that challenge when they went to the CoverGirl party, Tiffany stayed against the wall, she looked at the makeup, didn't talk to anyone.
She even said, I'm gonna look at the makeup because the makeup can't make me nervous.
You're America's Next Top Model, you're gonna be a CoverGirl, you need to be a spokesperson. If you can't do that, what are you doing? She just didn't care anymore, she didn't want to try. She was okay, but she wasn't that great. And Tyra I don't know if it was necessarily justified for her to yell at her, because at the same time she's like, well, I can't change that. You eliminated me. You eliminated me. Like, I'm done. Game over. I'll just go home now. But Tyra was not having any of that shit. Next was Tatiana. She was okay.
She had a very scrunch face.
Yeah, she wasn't very memorable. She fought with Brandy, I think, once. And then
Probably everybody thought with Brady.
She went home on the 7 Deadly Sins photo. One of my other all-time favorite photo
That was
shoots.
a horrible photo she did, though.
Yeah, it was terrible.
She
went home.
smelling money. It's like,
She was greed.
Okay, Mr. Krabs.
I will say, this is why I love ANTM. That is how I learned the 7 Deadly Sins. Then they went to abroad, which was to South Africa. Yeah, South Africa, Cape Town. First one to go was Michelle, who was from Terre Haute, Indiana, which is where I go to school. She was Aquarius, which is my sign. So I have a very special connection with her, with the flesh-eating disease model, and I go way back.
Was she the one that got with Johnny
Fairplay, yeah, from Survivor.
She had his baby.
Yeah.
You have made great life choices.
Yeah, but she was really good, and she was the zebra. She was a zebra, and that was a great photo, and they sent her home anyway. Do you remember that, like, towards the end, it was, like, brown and then white blonde.
Disgusting.
It was why they didn't touch that up.
I don't think I have a bigger pet peeve than when your roots are different color than the rest of your hair.
Her makeover was a nightmare. Like, her scalp was bleeding, but she was such a trooper, which is what I also appreciated about her.
That's the only thing I like about her.
She was a trooper. Way to go. Next was Christina.
I remember at one time they said, why don't you take a Q-tip and put it underneath your tongue?
Oh, it was a tissue.
Yeah, so it makes you look like you have a lip. Was she the one that when they did interviews with each other, she said actually like 20 seconds?
I think so. That was one of her. Also, when they had to wear the potato sack and they had to work the potato sack, she had a piece of hair right here, and she kept it there. And Tyra, when they were critiquing, Tyra's like, you know, you can just like move the hair. I liked her. I don't think she shouldn't have gone home the week she did, because that was when they had to do the natural
I really
plants
liked
and stuff.
that photo. I think she looked beautiful.
She looked great.
Her and Brittany looked beautiful.
And they sent her home anyway, whatever. She wasn't gonna win, but I like she should have gone home when she did. Next was Brittany, who should have won. She was fantastic.
I know she's a little whorish.
Well, I think she fixed that really quickly. I don't think I've ever seen that whole episode where she went home because I never understood it. I was like, because her picture wasn't bad. I don't remember the reason why they sent her home.
She's a good model.
Great personality.
You know, everything was good.
Oh my god, I was so mad.
Tyra.
Brittany was on All Stars, which, so good for you. Way to make it back to All Stars. Kenya.
It's not that she did eat all the time, because she did. But like how the editors did it, like you could
she was eating probably like half a bagel in the van to a photo shoot, but they made it look like she was eating 5. Like she probably was just taking 5 bites, but it was like, oh, this is so good. Oh, this is. I was like, oh my god. They like slow cammed her like walking on the beach, and there was like boom boom. They were so mean to her.
They really were.
She probably went home when she did because the runway walk was swimsuits. They were like,
They did the CoverGirl commercial, and she kept.
Yeah, she was so stupid.
At the end, and Jay's like, looked really good until she did it 37 times.
She was the one who, like, she was a lot like Eugenia from Cycle 7. Like, she wasn't all that good, but somehow slipped in there. She should not. Brittany and Christina were way better than her.
Oh, absolutely.
Michelle was better than her, and I didn't understand how she stuck around.
Apparently, Britta was better than her.
Britta,
I don't know where. Kenya? Was that her name? I don't even know.
Yeah, it was so stupid. I didn't like her at all. Kaylin was the runner-up, who I loved.
I liked her a lot. I think she looked amazing in that final runway.
Oh my god!
Like Jesus.
Yeah, she was so fierce. Her walk, her picture. She was quiet, but she was so good. And then like her friend died, and then. Ironically, the next week was when they did the thing in the coffin.
I don't want to
Amazing
say
timing.
that the producers do things like that, but I think the producers do things like that. I'm not saying they killed her friend.
I thought she should have won. I thought she was amazing. And then Naima was the winner.
She was okay.
She was fine, but she should have.
I liked her hair.
Yeah, she was okay. She was not better than Brittany, Christina, Michelle, or Kaylin, but okay, whatever. And her fake voice, like
You sound stupid.
Congratulations, I guess.
Great job, I guess.
Whatever. So that wraps up Cycle 4. So we'll do Cycle 5 next.